Well, good morning. It's Randy T-Bird out here in sunny Arizona. Nice crisp December morning. Temperatures in the 50s right now. Leather jacket weather, but not all too bad. Nice sunny day. People on scooters out, I see. It's a nice day for a ride. Getting out a little later than usual. Had some things to do, you know, Christmas season and all. Doing that. Today, I've been thinking about the 2022s are coming out pretty soon. A lot of manufacturers' models already have been announced. Harley's doing teaser ads for their, you know, Reserve One Now. I'm sure you've seen that if you've been on social media. I'm not sure what Reserve One Now means, if they're going to make less this year. I know their new plan is to not flood the market, I guess. Going to build less different models, and there's been some discontinuances already. I've been told the Sport Glide, the Slim are going to be discontinued. They already discontinued the Deluxe last year. There's a lot of crossover in the Harley models that make some models not a whole lot different than the other. I guess yeah, economically speaking, for Harley-Davidson, it makes them more solvent by eliminating how many different parts they have to make. Although the main units, the main chassis architecture is pretty much the same for all the Softails and all the baggers. So, but I was thinking about, you know, I've had my 2021 Softail Street Bob 114 now for not quite a year, and I was thinking about what I've had to do with this bike, and just some pros and cons, and some changes that I've made, and how and why. Some of the things that I really like about this bike is, number one, the power. The 114 is awesome. This is the lightest bike in the Softail range, and it's pretty impressive. The power and torque on this bike is huge. You know, for Harley-Davidson, I know you can talk about the 160 and 80 horsepower sport bikes. We're not talking about the same thing here, so that's another discussion. You know, what's big in one area is not big in another, so, you know, that's okay. The styling is what drew me over. I mean, just the paintwork and everything. To be honest, I wasn't that big a fan of the Street Bob when it first came out into the Softail frame. I didn't really care for the styling of the tank, but wow, what a little bit of graphics change will do. I was smitten and traded in my Heritage on one of these, and that was one of the other things. I think the value, again, you know, when we're talking about Harley-Davidsons, it has good value. I've noticed that used bikes have gone up dramatically in price. This bike's probably worth more used than it was new, and you know, Harley's always pretty good about holding their value. And again, you know, the bike has been reliable. There's been no real issues with it at all. That's a positive. Some of the negatives that I've talked about here and there is, for one, the stock seats were beautiful but terrible. I mean, you really couldn't ride very far in any kind of comfort. And out here in Arizona, the roads are wide open, so you're going fast, and the seat offered no real support for you to hold on to the bike. So that being said, you know, it needed wind protection. You know, some people like windshields. I like the bikini fairings and quarter fairings. So that's the direction I went. I found the original rider triangle to be a little uncomfortable for me. The seat was too low and the pegs too high. The further forward controls, I'm still not 100% enamored with them. I like the more of the Dyna style. Your feet were a little bit farther underneath you. I've adapted, changed foot pegs, changed seats, and kind of changed that rider triangle. But stock, I mean, without a fairing and with a stock seat, you were like holding on for dear life to go 70 miles an hour. I love the styling, again, that I said before, but everybody has their preferences, and I've changed a few things and like that. And I like tinkering and messing around, doing different things. I won't call it a build, because a build involves welding and fabricating, and this has been more of a customization. I did do a video on that subject here a while back as well. By the way, this will be my 178th published video when this one is complete. I was surprised to find that out myself when I looked at my channel. I was looking at the analytics. Other cons. Obviously, and this is with most Harley Davidsons, you have to change the exhaust system. Otherwise, well, you don't have to, but it just doesn't sound like anything at all. Especially a nearly 2,000 cc motorcycle. It sounds. It's been described by other people as a sewing machine. Well, I don't think it sounded like a sewing machine, but it sounded like something half its size. And but that's just about anything. With all the regulations and everything these days, you can't change things too much. You know, and some of the things that I've changed on it, I have changed seats a couple times, maybe like 3 times. I bought I had some Harley Davidson Sundowner that I rode for a while. It was okay. It was more suited to the Heritage, to be honest. It bolted onto this bike, but you know, I ended up selling that on Craigslist, and I hope the guy's happy with it. I ran the stock seat for a while. That really, you know, just talked about that, how insufficient that seat was. I've changed pipes. I put some Vance & Hines Eliminator 300s on it, which is really awesome. I put some modified quiet baffles in them because I like loud, but not too loud. It's a nice Beamer 1000 RR. Okay, dude, we can go. Apparently he's confused by roads here in Arizona and Nevada plates. That Beamer took off in a hurry. Could hear him hitting a red limiter. Anyway, back to pipes I changed. And I changed, again, a lot of the other things. I considered changing the handlebars, but I've grown accustomed to these mini apes that are on here. They're not the same bend as the mini apes on a Dyna. They're more flat toward the top. They don't pull back as much or pull down. There's the Dyna mini apes are more like almost like a tall buckhorn bar, and I really did like those. And I actually even went and bought some off Craigslist to change over, and I've just never done it, and I probably won't. So it just goes into my stash of parts. Changed foot pegs a couple times. Settled with the Dominion foot pegs. They're nice and wide and comfortable, and with the right seat, the rider triangle becomes comfortable. I did put a Saddleman step-up LS seat on, and I was told that they would break in and be comfortable. It's comfortable in some ways. It's mostly hard as a rock, and it has stayed that way. After 3,000 miles, I don't think it's going to change much. And it is very hard, but it does provide a lot of back support. So if you're really getting on the bike a lot, riding wheelies and doing stunt things, I imagine it's a great seat. Everybody and their brother has one. Just recently I went back to a Mustang seat, and it's a 2-piece seat, solo and a pad, and you know, I really like the Mustang seat, and we'll run with that for a while. But then again, I could get bored and change back. Doesn't take long. And you know, I really do like tinkering. You know, I've changed some different things to make it more comfortable, more me, and really like it. Everything on it has been reliable. I've had no issues. I've had no loose spokes. I've had nothing fall off. I've had nothing break. It's continued to run really good, even with the free flow air cleaner, which it comes with actually, and the pipes with the quiet baffles and the modified quiet baffles. It runs excellent and sounds awesome. Harley Davidson has done a great job with this M8 motor. Everybody that I know that has one is really happy with it. I know you could make a lot of power with them, but I'm satisfied with the power that this one makes. And you know, I don't need to run 10-second quarter miles or anything. Although I would like to take this to the drag strip again and see just what it will do. That's a lot of fun going to the drag races. A little pricey, but that's okay. You know, you stay home. If you go to the races one night versus going out, you probably spend about the same amount of money, and you get more thrills out of it mostly. But anyway, anybody else that's got a newer Street Bob, a 20, a 21, whatever, the 20s were 107s. A friend of mine just bought one used, and I think he's liking it. But you know, share your thoughts with me, and let me know your experiences on if you've got a 21. And I don't think they'll do much to them in 22, but you never know what Harley's going to pull out of their sleeves at the last minute. They've always want to make something that you want to buy. I guess they're carrying over the 1200 and 883 Sportster for another year, which is surprising because I thought they'd have been done. But I'm still looking for the surprises. But anyway, on my Street Bob 114, I give it a 9 out of 10. Mostly because why it isn't a 10 out of 10 is because you do have to spend some money to make it comfortable. 10 out of 10 for styling, and it's a beautiful motorcycle. But yeah, you got to do a lot to it. You got to spend some money to make it fit you. And I guess that's not unique, but I know there's other bikes that you can buy right out of the box to be comfortable. The Heritage that I had, that bike was extremely comfortable with all the stock parts. I just changed some around for my personal preferences when I had it. So anyway, this is Randy T-Bird out here in brisk December, Arizona. Beautiful day. Anyway, if you like what you see on my channel, please subscribe. Tell your friends. Like my videos. I really enjoy getting your comments and interacting with the folks that watch my videos. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, again, it's free, and you know, it takes very little effort to do. So I'm trying to get my way to 700. I'm at 675. 700 is my next milestone. So help a brother out. You know, get me log in. I don't. You know, if you don't watch it that often, that's fine too. It's gonna give you a lot to binge watch when you have time. As the winter's settling in some parts of the country, I'll try to keep you amused with rides out here in the temperate weather that we have out here in Arizona. But then again, this is Randy T-Bird out in Arizona, and we will talk to you again.